Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes, wearing a waifu t-shirt, one of my favorite waifus. But anyway, enough about that. So our favorite LOLcow put out a video, and she actually is going to talk about her singing, which is a first. Well, she talks about it, but she hasn't gone in detail. But anyway, and I'll do another podcast later. Apparently, the presidential debate, because you guys know I did a podcast about the debate, but apparently, Kamala Harris got the questions in advance. But like we knew that was going to happen because like the president of ABC like introduced her to her husband, and then one of the moderators, well, there's just two moderators. The female moderator was her sorority sister back in college. So it's not like, I don't know. It's kind of weird how like we can't have a neutral news organization. It's like every news channel is like leaning left or leaning right, and the only independent ones you do find are on YouTube, or they're just too small, so like no one watches them. And the thing is, they're trying to like dance around the words by saying so like they're saying that it's not true that she didn't get the questions in advance. I mean, that's technically true. She got like a script in advance, so it's like changing the definition. But basically, she knew what she was going to be. I'm sorry, she knew the topics, so it wasn't like the exact question, but she got a list of topics, and so she was prepared. But like they're going to say she didn't get the questions because technically it wasn't the questions; it was like the topics. But it's the same thing. But that's neither here nor there. We already knew they were going to cheat. I mean, hell, they stole the 2020 election with their magical midnight votes. Like, what's cheating at the debate? And then it makes sense. Like, why Trump doesn't even want to bother with a second debate? Because what's the point? But you know. Yeah, I know. I'm doing my analysis now when I could be laughing at her. But anyway, if you remember the debate, like she didn't say anything. She didn't make any of her policies clear. So, in a sense, Trump won if it even matters, because this debate's not going to change anyone's vote. You were you were decided a long time ago who you're gonna vote for. And so if you literally don't give a fuck about this country, you gotta vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, just the economy alone, like the economy is horrible. So I mean, Trump should win in a landslide. Like it should be like 320 electoral votes, but people are they just vote based on their political party like it's a sports team. So that's why our country's fucked up. But anyway, well then I guess I did my political analysis. Let's get to the LOLcow. Her video, it's called "Spooky Vibes and Big Break: How I Got My First Singing Gig at a Halloween Bar." I guess I should probably turn the sound down on my other computer because I'm a baller. Let's hope my phone doesn't go off. All the bitches be calling. Anyway, let's see what Anna has to say.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Ask Anna. You're going to enjoy this one.
I'm going
to talk about how I got hired for my first real singing gig. This lasted for about 6 months. This was in downtown Orlando, and I had 45-minute to an hour set every Friday night at 9 o'clock. It was at Cocktails and Screams.
I don't like her. Do you? She's so giddy about being a cocktail singer, or I mean a lounge singer. I don't know. I've never been a lounge singer, but I mean I could. I sing good enough to be a lounge singer, but that's not a job I would aspire to be. Anyway,
And the way I got it was very, very interesting. And
let me guess, you slept your way to the top. Okay. Sorry, Anna. That was very disrespectful of me.
and I just wanted to share my experience of
Sure.
how I
Go ahead.
did that in
Go
case
ahead.
if you are trying to get a similar gig.
Yes.
Orlando was a great place for all of the arts. Like,
Being a porn star, actually, most porn is filmed in Florida or California. Just a little fact. So if you want to break into the porn industry, Florida, a great place. California, a great place. Obviously, if you're doing this, you don't have a relationship with your father, or you hate your parents.
I'm sure every city has like their little hubs, but Orlando specifically because of the theme parks, just a lot of talented people are there, and there's a lot more spaces for people to be able to showcase their talent. So
I
this
see.
happened when I was 20. Creeper's going after his octopus. That's my dog. If you don't know,
We know. We watch your show. We know.
he'll come. But this happened when I was 20, and I had made the decision that I really wanted to take singing more seriously.
Okay.
And I had been like doing all these karaoke's. I was doing karaoke like twice a week, just praying that something would happen.
So is that how people get their big break? They do karaoke? No, like, what? Listen, we have been watching this woman give horrible advice show after show after show. Okay? College graduate, for some reason is a stripper, is estranged from her family, is trying to make it in the music business, does karaoke at a bar. Everything, she wants to be a lawyer now. Like everything she does, she goes about it the wrong way, gives life advice, and if you want to be better in life, you gotta do the opposite of her advice. That's the only thing I've learned from her. You don't do karaoke to break into show business anyway.
Somebody would discover me, that I would get like some type of opportunity. And I'm 23 now, but and I've experienced so much since then. But this was at like the beginning stages when everything was fresh and beautiful. Here's Reaper. You don't like being alone.
Fresh and beautiful before her body count shot up 50.
But there was this one night where I went to Big Daddy's, and it's so interesting too because I had initially called Cocktails and Screams maybe a month prior asking about performance opportunities, and nobody ever answered the phone, so I just gave up on it. Mm-hmm. But I went to Big Daddy's this one night. I would go to Big Daddy's a lot to sing. Mm-hmm. I really liked that place. They were always nice to me. The DJ was always really, really sweet. I can't remember his name. I miss him though. He was so sweet to me. And I would go there, and then I would go clubbing at Gilt, which was right down the street. It used to be called Roxy, and now it's been...
Get to the fucking point. She going down memory lane. Tell us about you doing karaoke to break into show business. Come on.
Been torn down. I'm so upset about that.
Oh, boy.
Like I was so sad when I heard about that. That was my favorite club. Like they had Bad Baby perform there. They had like a lot of reggaeton artists come there. Like City Girls, I saw them perform. That was great. Move, baby. That was great. Anyways, fuck. What was I saying?
Not
so
much.
I went to Big Daddy's, and that night I felt like something was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty crazy because that same day too, I was taking the trash out and I was wearing slides, and then I like opened the door to come back inside, and I opened the door on my toenail, so I actually ripped the toenail completely off on my second toe. Could barely walk. I wore boots that night and pants. I always wore long dresses when I went out singing, and I would wear like really nice heels too. But that was the one night that I wore the boots, and I knew...
I This is torture.
I had to go out because I told myself that I had my 2-day quota. So I went out, and I remember too driving around for a while because it was daylight. I didn't want to like go to a karaoke bar in the day. And so I went there,
Yeah, because only losers
and I
do that.
sang, and these people were watching me in the audience. It was 3 people. It was a woman who eventually hired me, a man, oh, and the other woman too. And they were all pretty nice to me. I can't really complain about them. But yeah, she gave me her information. She was really interested in hiring me. The girl that they had in my slot before me, I forget what happened with her. She just stopped doing it. But they loved my voice. And from that, I created a set of 20 songs a night. And I think I learned a total of 40. And I went to Cocktails and Screams. It was this Halloween themed bar. And I would go out and buy like a $10 Goodwill dress every week. Like some kind of prom gown. I had about, Reaper, I had about 40 dresses at one point. I bought like a whole other rack.
All this is going in one ear and out the other. It's just women speak. Drabble, drabble, blah, 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 blah. What's... Come on, Anna.
Just to hang them on because I didn't have room in my closet. And that ended up being a great hobby for me. But it fit in really well because I would cover like jazz, blues, like just very haunting songs. So I would, for example, I'd cover Adele. I loved Rihanna. I did a couple of, I feel like I did Phantom of the Opera a few times.
You remember our last video where if you watch it till the end, it's the first time we heard her do any kind of singing, and it was not good. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't believe a lot of these stories. And I know. But I just don't believe it. Because the only thing she talks about is, like, she wants to be a singer, but I haven't seen one video where she's like, hey, I'm going to sing a song. Every musician, even I have me sitting down playing guitar, singing a song. Okay? She has one, like, 15-second clip of her yodeling. I mean, and, you know, this is the internet. She just could be trolling. I don't know, but...
Not that many times, because that's just a tough song. Toxic by Britney Spears was one of my favorite. A couple of Amy Winehouse songs. Sam Smith for sure.
Yeah, so you're singing songs from artists who can't sing. I mean, no offense, Britney Spears fans, but she's not a good singer. Okay? No offense, Sam Satanist fans. He's not a good singer. Like Adele, I doubt she can do an Adele song. Or, okay, she can, but it's bad.
Sure. Lana Del Rey. And I just stuck around like those artists. I would go there. I had my little tip jar. Oh my, let me get my tip jar.
No,
actually,
don't.
It's really cute.
No.
Here
Oh, God.
is the infamous tip jar. I have real rabbit fur in here. I didn't know it was real. I bought this bucket. I decorated it. I actually have a fake fur in here. So this is where I would stuff all of my money. And then when I went out to the clubs afterwards, because in Orlando, all the bars are like really close together. So after I sang, I would be walking around in my evening gowns and my tip jar full of money that I didn't want people to take. And then I'd have my pepper spray too in the bottom. That's how I snuck my pepper spray in everywhere. Just by using this fake bottom. But yeah, I didn't know this was real rabbit fur until I saw the claws on the bottom of it. And I went to Hobby Lobby, bought a bunch of stuff. But that was my tip jar. I had like a little sign too. I think I still have that sign.
Don't get it. Don't you dare get the sign.
Maybe I threw it out. I don't remember.
I hope so.
But it was fun until it wasn't.
Oh,
there was
Lord.
this guy who, his name was Eric, and he went right after me, and he would always cause problems for me. Like my sign went missing one time. He would fuck up the sound system too. There was one time where he put a fan like up, it was aimed up at my dress, and then I ended up flashing everybody trying to turn it off. There's one.
You're a stripper.
Time too where I came in and I always did the "I Put a Spell on You" song first, and he sang it like 5 minutes before I had arrived there, and he was singing it before I was supposed to. It was weird. He had this weird like little competitive streak, and I did not like working with him. And then they eventually just stopped scheduling me. They brought in like a bunch of drag queens, but then they weren't open about not scheduling me. I did get a lot of criticism that my songs were sad and that I was sad, but
You're estranged from your family. You went to college, became a stripper. Yeah, you are sad. I mean, wake up.
I did what I was supposed to do. Amazing singer, lasted 6 months. It was a good run. Just the people in charge of it. You know, when you shine bright,
Oh
the haters
Lord.
will always come, even if they hired you. So, yeah, that ended. And that was sad, especially the way they did it, because they could have told me. But that was my first gig. And I learned a lot from doing that. Learned a lot about audience control, like a lot. And I was a one-woman band, just had like learned a lot about the stereo, had like all my MP3s on YouTube, and then I would just go through it. But yeah, that's the story of how.
No accountability, and apparently it's a big deal. She's like a record producer because she got the karaoke track from YouTube and played it on a speaker so she could sing. You gotta be kidding me. Learned a lot about the business.
How I got my first official gig.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Sometimes reacting to Anna is painful. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's just blah. I don't know what this was, but I mean she needs to produce. She needs to sing. She needs to make a video where she is singing a song. The only thing we've seen is that like not 15, like 5 second clip of her like it sounded like two cats in an alley. Okay, it's like so. I don't believe these stories. At least the singing stories. I mean, like like I believe all her stripper stories. I believe I don't talk to my family. I don't know why you would lie about that, but this singing thing, I don't get it. And then it's like she wants to be a lawyer. She wants to go to law school. Like, what is this, like that Aaron Brockovich movie, like the stripper lawyer, or I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I've said enough and I've seen enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.